Hey everybody, round 11 is starting very shortly, and the undefeated champs Real Madrid are playing against Fener in Turkey, with Fener looking to stop their streak of four losses. Would they be the first team to win versus Real? That'll be exciting game to start the fixtures. And then you can see the next game, just 15 minutes later, is Monaco versus Olympiacos, another derby that has been very popular the recent years. Both teams on 6-4 wins, so that will be also important in terms of who is getting the upper hand.
That's true, Bill. And also, I have to add for the game Fenerbahce versus Real Madrid. As you said, we have to see if it will be the first defeat for Real Madrid, but also it's an opportunity for Fenerbahce to start winning, to get back on the wins, because you see they are currently on the eighth spot, but with a group of teams with 5-5 records. So you see five teams with the same record. So it's like everything is depending on the difference between the teams. Um, Also, as you pointed out, Monaco versus Olympiacos, big game. Also, keep an eye. I will say keep an eye for Partizan versus Panathinaikos, because it's always the atmosphere is always electric in Belgrade in Stark Arena. Um, and should we also say our coach selection
Yes, coach
suggestion?
selects. Yes, and I think you touched a little bit about Real,
Hmm.
so we are not selecting this time choose Matteo, not because we are afraid, Real is going to finally lose. Real is playing the best basketball in the league, but this is a tough game. So he's too expensive to risk there. So I think we're going to the third game, right? Maccabi versus
Hmm.
Alba. Maccabi had a bad loss versus Real Madrid just a couple of days ago, and they need to bounce back. It's completely different playing in Belgrade versus playing in Tel Aviv. So Maccabi is not as strong as we thought it would be at the start of the year. Um, but Baldwin is back and playing, so we expect Baldwin and Brown, to be able to um, do the job. So Cutters would be the first option here.
Yeah. Then also we have the Olympia Milano versus Zalgiris Kaunas. We believe Messina is a good option if you want not to spend that much for the coach, and also because Olympia Milano is despite the rumblings they had at the beginning of Euroleague, now they seem more to get not more steady as a team, as a group of players. The way they perform on the court, it seems like they know each other. They know the role that each other have on the court. So for this reason, Messina is a good option. Also, they're playing at home. Zalgiris, they don't have the best last games, to be honest, but still is a dangerous team. Don't underestimate Zalgiris. They have the quality
I think they
to
had
make
one
upset.
win in the last six
Hmm.
games, if I
Yeah.
remember correct.
Hmm.
And on the
Hmm.
other hand, Milano, I think, had three wins in the last four games,
I think
something like
so.
that.
Hmm. Hmm.
However, just to mention here that Milan again they lost at home in the Italian basketball league, but we're not sure whether this is just a tactic to get the players more fresh for EuroLeague. But yeah, they seem to be getting into a better spot,
Hmm.
especially with Law. Law had a very good game, and we have spoken about Law, I think, in a couple of shows before, when we said that Law would be crucial and Tonut also, but Lo especially will be crucial in having Milan back to form.
And also, let me add, and also with the situation with Kevin Pangos, it is as it is for the moment. Then Olympia Milan needs Law to step up. He did. He had an amazing game versus Crvena Zvezda. But now what they need, and what I mean they, Olympia Milano need, is a steady performance. Uh, you know, round in, round out from Maudolo now. So what they want from him is stability mainly.
Cool. And finally, for a more expensive solution, we have Grimao with Barcelona playing versus Asvel. They seem to be very strong at home, Barcelona. Um, so also the caller is not sure that he is
It's
going to be playing.
questionable, yes.
Yeah, so his status is questionable. He's been having some injury to deal with, and that gives Barcelona really the upper hand, especially when they're playing at home.
Hmm.
So with that, I think we can move to our teams.
Yep.
So let's go first to AlleyOopDunks, and we did a couple of changes.
Hmm. So this is our main team. So the first change we made is we didn't keep Luca Banchi as a coach, and we wanted Katash as a more safe option for this round. Um, Also, Fall from Olympiacos, Mustafa Fall. Now that Milutinov is back, he doesn't have the same performance or the same impact, let's say, and the same minutes as well
Yeah, exactly.
to play. So in this case, we thought about Timan. Timan is very um, stable this year. He is having an amazing season so far for Alba. You see, he had some amazing numbers like 33 or 25. But you see, for example, versus Real Madrid, Alba had a lot of absent players, but still he managed to get 15 fantasy points with 12 points and 4 rebounds, 2 assists as well, 4 steals, which is, uh, amazing to see from a big man. So we brought Timan Katash, and then Diaz had to be, let's say, sacrificed just to have this zero point 0.1, zero point 0.2 credits extra to bring Katash. So instead of Diaz, we brought Schneider from Alba Berlin, and instead of Luncis, we brought Puerto from Valencia, mainly the fielders of the team. As you see, we already have Tavares, Shengelia, Mitoglu, Campazzo um, as the main core of the and Sadekerskis. Sorry, he's playing in turn two as the main core of the team. Also, Tonut, he had 11 fantasy points. We hope and we believe that he will have an impact in the game versus Zalgiris as well. So overall, we believe this team will give us a boost um, to gain more credits and also to go up in the standings.
So overall, Tiemann for fall and for the second round, because we have only 3 games in the second round, we have Sedekirskis as a captain if we need to replace Campazzo, and that was a difficult selection because any of these 5 could have been, but we'll go with Campazzo because we see he gets more playing time the more difficult the game is, and we expect the game in Fener to be a game that he will need to bring his A game.
Yeah.
Um, so our other team now, the second team, um, we again at the coaches we going for an expensive solution. So we replace Mateo with Grimao, and finally we managed to get rid of English. It was substitution that we couldn't do for a long time, although we wanted. Um,
We changed English, but we stayed in the same team. As you see, we brought Prodilla. So Valencia is one of the teams for our center
yeah,
position.
yeah. So we brought a very cheap center, Pradilla, the youngster. I think he's 22, if I'm right. He's getting quite a lot of playing time, and he's giving some fantasy points. So um, yeah, really for us, so you can see getting around 10 minutes usually, or even more depending on the game. So for us, it's more of a filler there, I would say. Our main goal was to bring Larkin, that he had an amazing game last week, and he seems to be, in general, this year, getting back to his old self. You can see the last four games 14, 25, 13, and 27 points with 8 assists and 3 steals. So reminds this Larkin reminds us a little bit the alien Larkin of 2020 that was the absolute MVP, probably one of the best uh, years we've seen from a player. So hopefully he keeps that playing. He's playing on the turn two, that's why he's there waiting to get in the main team. And the other change was again just to be able to have enough credits. We replace Holt with Bortolani. So here in this team, our main change was bringing in Larkin for some of the fillers. And then we have also Moneke, Wakabaro, Thompson that potentially will be want to leave from this team the next on the next turn. And we have Davidova that he's having some good games recently. So all in all, we don't have many tier one players. So because of that, we have Bellinelli as captain. But of course, going into turn two, if Bellinelli doesn't do something like 40 plus, we're gonna change to potentially Larkin or Moneke.
Mhm.
Uh, and that's it from us. Do you have anything more to add?
Well, I want to add not for the teams. I just want to add. Say sorry to the guys that we didn't have the video earlier, but we don't. The winter flu hit us to be honest, and we felt a bit under the weather. But now
Yeah,
that we had the
both of us, not just
both
you.
of us, yeah, if you
It's
if you can
crazy.
hear my voice, it's not that I don't want to speak louder. It's that my voice, I didn't have any voice basically for the last days, but now hopefully we did record the video, so we had the time. We feel better, and we hope to have a good um, round
For everybody.
for everybody.
Yeah,
Yep.
enjoy, guys. Have good results with your fantasy teams, and let us know which is your captain this time. Have a great one. See you.
Yeah. See you next time, guys.